Welcome, it's Beyond Two Souls, and I have been quantic dreaming it. Before I was playing this, I did, of course, play Heavy Rain. It's on my channel, link above, and I'll certainly be doing Detroit after this, so expect that review on the channel within the next week. Ooh, so what is it? Well, this girl you're playing here, she is called Jodie, and she has always had a ghost with her called Aiden. So she's not really had a nice growing up. Foster parents with a dad who hates her, so she's already got father issues. And then she was institutionalized because of her paranormal activities around her. Like, her herself is paranormal, and so is the ghost as well. She can see things and experience things that come later on in the storyline. So it's basically this one girl's story. Now, before we tell you any more, I want to quickly go into the options on the keybinds, because they've changed something from Heavy Rain. Now, they've got action dialogue 1 to 4 here, and in Heavy Rain these were pretty much keys on the keyboard like spacebar, left shift, and some others like that. Now, because this is also action, you're going to be pressing this repeatedly, so you might as well set something up on the index finger that you can really bang hard, and the thumb for spacebar. So for me, with an ESDF setup, I would recommend, for my setup at least, a T, a G, and a V, and a spacebar. But as I've got an MMO mouse, I stuck with this, but you really need to hit them hard, so I was using MMO mouse and keyboard in tandem to actually get these things done. You also have these actions here for moving the ghost up and down, and this is in the vertical sphere, so, or the Z-axis if you like. So my jump button for up, my crouch button for down, and all that stuff. And the space button cover, this is when you're in gameplay mode, and we'll see some of that when I do a bit of the story. So you just need to be aware of this, that if you've not got an MMO mouse, or you're not comfortable but with hitting these, and you need to be fast when these come up, like if you need to look down at your keyboard and press one of these, you'll have lost the thing. So I just need to make that aware. Now then, when you play the game, it asks, do you want to play chronological, or what they're calling new remixed, which puts it in chronological, or do you want to play the original way it did it? Now, I wanted to play the original way because I wanted to respect the director, because obviously it's his whole skills here that he's using. And yeah, so let's talk about that. Now, you are bouncing all over the place, back and forth. If I can look at all these and tell you exactly what happened here. I've got a good memory for films and stories, and when I watch complex movies, I have no problem at all understanding them. If you have a difficulty understanding some movies, I would severely recommend you play it in chronological order. I think you are going to get a greater sense of growth, though, if you do it. So I think maybe I would recommend chronological, because you're going to go from when she was a little girl into her teenage years, through the institutionalization, and then on to joining the CIA. These later missions up here are very meaty, very meaty. Now, for example, you'll do the dinner, you'll go back here, and then later on you'll go to Welcome to the CIA. And what you learn here, Welcome to the CIA, is not going to be tested until the mission here. So if you're playing chronological, it's welcome to the CIA, embassy, dinner, the mission. Whereas if you do it in the original format, it's embassy, back here, welcome to the CIA, bouncing around. And you're not going to go to the mission, which this is training you for like 5 hours in the story. So it's kind of weird. But it's kind of interesting how it's jumping around. And I think it jumps around because it kind of jumps between ages of Jodie. There's no continual story per se. It's jumping ahead in time through each of these and all that stuff. Well, anyway, I'm going to go to Welcome to the CIA because here is one of my bugbears in the actual gameplay. Now, these bugbears is because in Heavy Rain, when you needed to move the mouse in a certain location, you got a icon on the screen. I didn't think it was immersion breaking at all. Here, though, it doesn't give you them, and it's like you have to look at what Jodie's doing to move the direction, and it's not intuitive sometimes.
The training starts tomorrow at 5 a.m. Don't be late.
Oh, Mr. Handsome, if you're there, I won't be late. Rawr. Now, look, I can't stop what's happening here to talk to you. The director wants me to push on. Now, this is a bit of a problem when you've got free movement. Because you've really got to move the mouse to kind of look around. And trust me, that's got nothing to do with sensitivity. The camera is kind of in its own weirdness. It boxes itself in so that you are looking at what the director wants you to do. Like, I can't rotate and look at Jodie's face here. Now, Jodie has father issues. She's been crying all through her teenage years, but this is her coming of age and where she's starting to become strong is what she's going to be doing now. So let's hit it, Jodie. This is a really well directed part of the game. I really like it. So here, one on the mouse and keyboard synchronized. Now this is the tutorial. You're not going to see this later. It's mouse up. Mouse up. Mouse down. Fairly easy, that one, right? Now I'm going to be doing a fight in a minute. And that is where you're going to be. You'll see the keyboard. Look, you see that? It fails if you look at the keyboard. Like, you've got to be quick with that. On those numbers, get them on a key you're comfortable with. One that you can hammer.
Holmes. Come on!
Come on!
Have you got all day?
Yes, I have. I got all day. Now you get a little bit of heads up here. A little bit. So that's what you got to do, is watch what she's doing. Yeah. Looks easy when it's like that. It's when they attack you, it becomes like, is that down? Am I gonna go down there? Like, you'd think I'm gonna duck that. No, you're going forward to block it. That's the duck. Forward. Forward. Duck! That's not duck, it's forward. It took me ages to get past this because I'm like, surely I've got to duck. I've got to duck that attack, haven't I? No. This happens later on in the game with all this ambiguous which way have I got to move.
Aim.
I would have preferred an icon.
Got it?
Like in Heavy Rain, because when it's unintuitive and you get it wrong, it infuriates me. I mean, Yeah, if it tells me I need to go one direction and I miss the key, that's on me. But when it's unintuitive,
Come on! Get out of there!
it's a bit of a pain. Now, the spacebar here is going to be running to cover, and this training is for like later missions. And those later missions are where it moves and evolves from Heavy Rain, because you've got more gameplay and potentially strategic decisions. Now here it's like you're getting into the groove, but it won't let you look left, it won't let you get right. Now you can break out of, and it's like, no, the director's like, no, you've got to go over. So sometimes it feels like you have to do what the director wanted. Look at that. That mouse where you need to go right is so precise. It's like it wants it at the 3 o'clock specifically. And if you go 14 minutes past, it doesn't click it. Look, that's down. I've really got to like... So, yeah, if you've got a joypad, you might prefer that. And I do, but I stuck with the mouse and keyboard because I'm a sucker. And, there, did it. Makes it a lot more stressful when it's a bit...
Jody.
You know, when you're making mistakes on the mouse.
Okay, recruit. Now get rid of those oil drums.
Now, this is Iden, and it's fairly, like, routine, what you need to do. There's some bits, though, that I'm not happy with Iden. And it's when
Iden, please.
Jodie's
Need your help now.
got bullets flying in, and I've got to protect her. And it doesn't tell you which way you've got to, like, you grab Jodie, but which way are you pulling? And it gives you like 2 bloody seconds to shield her before she'll get shot. And it's like, it's non-intuitive. Because sometimes it's holding the mouse to the right, sometimes it's holding the mouse to the left, and it's like, and you've got to kind of replay that scene. So yeah, more on-screen button presses, please. And I put it in the options because I needed it.
Good. Let's keep going.
Now, when you are in it like a fight, you will be doing stuff like you're seeing now. Forward. 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 Duck! No, it's forward again! It's like non-intuitive, it's all forward, this scene! Hey. So, again, sometimes it can like really annoy you that you haven't got you've just got to guess, and like sometimes it's non-intuitive. Alright, Jodie. So this is, I don't want to spoil the whole of this scene for you because I think you'll have fun here. As it's a really good part of the game. I'm going to jump to the mission when you're actually using this stuff because it's showing you some gameplay that you're not getting in Heavy Rain. So let me jump to that. Ooh, it is actually pretty cool. Now, so the mission's loading in. It does load wicked quick.
Sharif, one of the most dangerous warlords in the country. He commands a heavily armed militia, using it to control several important districts in the city, which means none of our humanitarian aid is getting through. You have to find Jamal and eliminate him. Now, he relocates twice a day. Last time we pinpointed him was at the Zanaki Hotel, which is right here. Not much of a chance he's still there, but it's as good a place as any to start looking.
Now, so obviously story heavy.
On this mission. No direct engagement with the enemy, no backup. You identify and eliminate your target and activate your GPS beacon so we can extract you. We need to get you out before sunrise, so don't waste any time. The last American soldier that was captured here was pulled through the city behind a jeep. They found his head, one of his legs in a fishing boat.
Ew.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Black Hawk helicopter, is it? Well, the Hummer went past then, so
I'll be back before they even realize what's happened.
US Army are updating all those.
Watch yourself out there, Jody.
They are
I don't want to
obsolete according to the military. Go on. No. Oh, she's had such a bad history. Give her some love. She needs love in her life. She had a bad father and bad childhood.
Good luck, Jody.
Okay, so where the game is different. Once you get to the CIA and you start doing these missions, they're long. And when I say long, this one's like an hour long. It's like maybe 90 minutes. Like, it's really long. And they get really long, these gameplay sections. And in these long sections,
engagement with the enemy, no backup.
the story is thin on the ground.
Check that there are no soldiers around, Aiden.
Now you've got to be quick here because I'll not get in range to do the business. And there you go, I've ballsed it. I think that's the way it is. One guy walks off there and this guy... is over there. Now look, the camera's a bit weird. I told you camera's weird on these bits, but I'm going to take him out. And this is what I mean, like the camera is weird. Look at it. Look at this weird camera. It's just... it's like the cameraman or the drone cameraman guy is drunk. It constantly wants to be down, you see. And I prefer games with a little bit of sky, you know, 50-50 sky. But the camera here wants, you know, too much of ground. Anyway, you end up living with it, you know, because it's like you're getting walled in by the director. And he just wants the story to continue, so... awkward rope round there. Yeah, go on. You can do it. Now you're supposed to be doing this stealthily. So you're going to be jumping into Iden and having a look around the corner. And I can tell you that this level is massive. It's like the biggest level. Some of the levels are really big and it's like really... Oh, I didn't get... Oh, you see that? Number 4 on the keyboard, are you kidding me? And if you don't press it fast enough, that's what happens. It's like... It's very unforgiving, I'll say that much. So you've got to stealth around this whole place, doing stuff, taking down soldiers, make sure you don't get seen. There's a couple of story beats on the way, but it's a mission and it kind of moves you away from the main storyline. Anyhow, what you're doing here is important for the storyline. That's the main thing. And I've really kind of...
Last time we pinpointed was at the Zanaki Hotel, which is right here.
See if you find anything.
Oh. Yes, the map is very big.
Great. Now let's go.
Now, if you look over there in the far distance, you just see a minaret pointing up there, the black tower called a minaret. That's where you're really headed to, and it's a big, big stealth section through the whole city here where there's a war going on. So there's like a lot of action going on here, and you're stealthing around and stuff like that. I'll tell you a couple of things. That the music kind of bypassed me, and I didn't really get a sense of how good the music was, really. Whereas in Heavy Rain, it was fantastic. And I think mostly because when you're like jumping in between here as a ghost and stuff, the music can't be as dynamic as Heavy Rain, because in Heavy Rain you've got picture in picture. You can see the characters doing something in the scene, and you've got to do something within a certain time frame, and that kind of cool storytelling and environmental, like pushing, you know, putting demand on you to kind of, oh my god, I'd better do this quick heartbeat. This doesn't really have that. It's a different flavour. But other than that, I like Jodie's development. She is a little bit of a crybaby, but she has father issues when she's younger. But as she goes through the CIA, she goes through a whole process of what challenges in her life, we'll say that much. But as you get near the end of the game, you'll get it gets more fulfilling to play her, and certainly the end is very fulfilling depending on what you do in the story. There's like, I don't know, there's over 10, maybe 13 different endings which might interest you and all that stuff. Now you can obviously go to walk through Wikipedia to have a look, and some of the stuff you've got to do in the scenes to get those endings is a little bit weird, and I'll go to a scene like that right now. Now the party. You'll see some of the you see William Dafoe here, and certainly the acting across the whole thing is very good. I've got to say though that there is some like low quality faces, like for Jodie here and William Dafoe's character. They're like AAA. They've done a lot of work on them, but some of the side characters not so AAA, and it looks a bit not as good as Heavy Rain. Like almost a step backwards for me in some of the faces. Although
let's just go.
Heavy Rain had 5 years development. This game had 3.
It's just a birthday party. I'm sure everybody will like you.
And
you'll have fun. Maybe meet some new friends.
And the game takes you all over the bloody world, so you know it had a big scope. And with, I guess, 3 years development, it couldn't really...
Don't forget your present. It's a book of poetry by Poe. It's 50 years old and very rare. I'm sure she'll like it.
I'm sure she's going to love it.
Don't worry. It's going to be all right. I'll pick you up at 5. Have fun.
Now, there's a couple of scenes. There's one here now, and one when she's a teenager. And when you go into these environments, you're kind of like, I want to see what the story is, and I want to really play with Aiden to kind of do stuff. But what a weird decision it is, if you want to get like certain endings, is just to walk out. It's weird.
Hey, Jodie, come in.
Hi.
Hey, Kirsten, you coming? I gotta go. Come in, Jodie, don't be shy.
Hey, Jodie, right? Come on, we're in the living room. Some girls from my school normally store with you guys. We could fun. Oh, is that a present for me? Cool, thanks.
I'm off, darling. Look after your friends and don't do anything stupid, all right?
Sure, Mom, whatever you say. Finally, she gets the hint.
Right, so these kids are all...
Everyone, this is Jodie. She's
a little bit older than you.
4.
paranormal department.
You better believe it.
What you do there?
Not telling you.
Spoons or speak to dead people? Stuff
No.
like that?
No.
Woo! Party time! I'll get the beer. Guys, do the shutters. Girls, do the candles. And Jody, you can take care of the music. Let's get crazy!
I think, though, making Jodie have father issues and have her a little bit super reserved and all this stuff, I might have enjoyed it if she had a little bit more charisma. But I know Quantic Dream have trademark beyond trademark. So this is Beyond Two Souls. They've said there's not going to be a sequel to this, but there might be a Beyond with a more charismatic character.
Where's the music?
Right, so,
Hid
stuff...
it under my bed for a week.
Stuff's going to kick off, and you get the option just to leave the house, so...
Mom doesn't even go into my room anymore. She's totally oblivious.
Oh, I teleported in. The director wants me here.
Jody, you want one?
No, I'm clearly too young.
No, thanks. I don't drink, so...
You don't know what you're missing, girl. After 3 or 4 beers, you'll see the world in a whole new light.
Yeah, you'll see it with a toilet bowl looking at you going... Bleh. So here you can see the director teleports you around if stuff happens. And yeah, you're a little bit in control by the director. And let's just get out of the stink pit.
I know what you're thinking. You're wondering why we're here. I'm thinking the same thing. I know, you told me.
Yeah, so it's like...
I wanted to see what it would be like to go out and have friends. This is not what I expected.
So yeah, all these low voices. So when she's a teenager, she's going to these events. She's going to get traumatized, and you can avoid the traumatization by going out of the house. I don't know when you're supposed to go out though, because you get bullied and you get stuff happening to you, which is a little bit far-fetched that would actually happen. And I just wish she had a bit more gutsy, bit more hard ass as a lady. But she's kind of I don't know, like a whimpering girl. And I mean, at least when I played the game with it jumping around the whole story, I didn't experience the crying too much. But if you play it chronologically, maybe it might get too much for you. But I guess the set plays that are coming up are kind of pretty cool. So now I'm going to talk about a spoiler in a minute. So before I do the spoiler, I just want to say I highly recommend you do pick this up and play it. It is a unique experience. Nothing is like it. And you will have good fun in the missions. There's more gameplay here than Heavy Rain. Really long missions. There's some weird and wacky stuff going on. But it kind of talks about the supernatural, but you know, the most dangerous things in the world are just pretty much people. And you see a little bit of this and that, but it doesn't really go towards supernatural that much. But yeah, if they do a Beyond in the future, hopefully a more charismatic character and more of the supernatural, like I don't know, ghosty hunter kind of character would have been better than Jodie here. But anyway, the character's interesting. She has a unique role in what she needs to do in the story, yes, and the path from beginning to end with a fantastic ending is memorable and enjoyable and satisfying. And I'm really looking forward to going on to the next game. So yeah, no, so I'm just going to say thank you for watching. I'm going to go to the spoiler now, so turn off the video now if you don't want to hear that spoiler, but please give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment how you played the game and what you thought of it. That would be great. Now, I'm going to go and just show a picture and tell you what I think is happening. So this is going to be spoilerific, peeps, so yeah. I'm going to jump from the game and look at this picture, and I'm going to do a 1 minute of my little theory crafting on this end bit. Now, so this is like at the very end scene of how I played the game. And in this scene, what happens is she goes over to the beach and sits down, and a coconut rolls up, and she's like, huh? Where the hell did that come from? Like, it's like a paranormal activity. And then someone writes in the sand, I'm still here. And what I think happened is Aiden knew that if he kind of was around her, the military would still drug her up like it did to her mother. So I think intelligently Aiden kind of kept himself secret. She went bananas, of course, and that's why the military have left her. But really, he is there. There is this sense of he's keeping it secret, because what will happen to her if they know she's, you know, all that stuff. So it is really cool. The Aiden intelligence there in the end is very, very cool. And I guess by the end of it, she has everything she wants. So yeah, it is a very, very, very cool ending. And yeah, I'm now actually looking forward to playing Detroit. Is it Become Human? Yeah, that game. I look forward to going into that this evening. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I've been having really good fun with the Quantic Dream games on the PC, and I can't wait to cover Detroit. So please try to subscribe, and I'll pop back to the channel to see that and hear my thoughts on that game. But what a journey so far. Heavy Rain, fantastic. Beyond Two Souls, very good. And hopefully Detroit, because it's a little bit futuristic sci-fi, that might be my cup of tea. And it's doing more detective stuff, isn't it, in that one? So sounds really good. Ooh, having fun with my GTX 980. But where can I get a bloody 3000 RTX card? Bombshell, thank you so much for listening. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now. Well, thanks for watching. And if you remember, you can please subscribe and like the video. And don't remember, you can also hit the bell for notices on the channel. Yeah, we've also got a Twitter you can see on our banner, so check that out too. So take care and bye-bye.